I got a lot to say today, most of it, but so I had a comment on one of my TikToks the other day about what I posted about the Laken Riley trial murder case, and it kind of bugged me. I like to talk about current events and things going on. The Laken Riley case has sparked a debate about the immigration policies that the Biden administration has implemented, which is basically none. Basically, come one, come all. But someone said that I was doing it for likes and for viewership and whatever. I mean, I'm a content creator, so I talk about things that are current, but I'm also talking about things that affect me. And when you hear about a young girl being taken like that in the prime of her life, just taken from her family, I do connect with the parents, especially with the father. And it's like, and then people ask, well, you know what? Immigrants killed people under Trump too. And you know what? That's true. Immigrants killed people under Trump. Immigrants killed people under Bush. Immigrants killed people under Obama. Here's the difference. The difference is that Donald Trump was trying everything he could do to prevent those. Donald Trump was trying to secure our border his first term. Donald Trump was trying to build a wall. Joe Biden hasn't done that. Joe Biden doesn't even know where the border is. Kamala Harris, when she was appointed border chief or whatever they call her, border czar or whatever you want to call what she said, Biden came out and he said that I'm putting Kamala Harris in charge of the border. And Kamala Harris apparently didn't get the memo. And then finally she goes down there and she looks around and she says, yep, this is the border. I am here and we are here. Or whatever else word salad that she spit out. And then she left. Here's another thing about the border crisis that really, really pisses me off, because apparently when you talk about Republicans don't care about kids. That's what they're saying. Saying, hey, they don't want abortion, but once the kid's born, Republicans don't care about them. You don't hear very many Democrats or liberals talking about how many kids are being trafficked across the border for sex slavery or whatever else. It's disgusting. They have these sponsors that they're supposed to stay with once they cross the border and are processed, whatever that involves, and then they just disappear. And they're disappearing into the sex trade. That's what's happening. I'm all for just stopping that. If the Trump administration promises to stop that, that would get me to vote for him. We need to protect children, even children from another country. There's so much exploitation going on because of this open border policy. How about the drugs? You're going to sit there and you're going to tell me that Donald Trump didn't help prevent drugs flowing into this country? Fentanyl is rather new, and it has become rampant in the United States since Joe Biden took office. I live in Portland, Oregon. Fentanyl's everywhere. That we will sit here and we'll say, well, the border's secure, or you're racist, or you don't like... No, I don't like drugs coming into our country. I don't like children being trafficked for sex in our country, anywhere. And if this trial going on right now is going to put a spotlight on everything else that's going on at the border, then maybe some good will at least come out of it. I mean, maybe the family will understand that, hey, while we are grieving, at least attention is being brought to it. Sometime down the line. I'm sure that right now they're just still dealing with their grief, and they have to relive this awful event that happened to their daughter, listening to how their daughter fought for her life for 15 minutes. I mean, struggling for your life for 15 minutes, that girl was strong. That's amazing. But just imagine the sheer terror that she was going through for those 15 minutes. It must have seemed like a lifetime. But yeah, but just because immigrants killed people under the Trump administration, it's wrong to sit there and talk about it. I don't think so. That's bullshit. And if someone wants to sit there and gaslight you because the same thing has happened under Trump, you just sit there and you tell them, no, the same thing didn't happen under Trump. People got killed, but you know what? Trump was trying to prevent it. Trump didn't have an open border policy. You know what? Obama didn't have an open border policy. He deported more people than Trump did. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris fucked this border up. Straight up. And you know what? If there's a team to go out and start tracking down these kids to save them from these predators, man, sign me up. It has caused so much pain and suffering. So many overdose deaths, so many people getting hooked on these cheap ass drugs that are manufactured in China and then brought in through Mexico. Man, drive down the streets of Portland, see the zombies, see the people just standing there slouched over, hanging there for 20-30 minutes because they're all messed up. You know, see the tent cities and people literally scrounging through piles of garbage and shit so that they can find residue on a tinfoil piece. And you know what Portland does? You go to services in Portland, they'll give you fresh needles, they'll give you fresh pipes, they'll give you fresh tinfoil, they'll give you fresh everything. All in the taxpayer dime. So don't sit there and tell us that we're trying to exploit these situations or these events or these murders or these crimes. We're trying to show that what is going on in this country is sad, it's sick, it's dangerous for us, and it's destroyed lives. You saw the migrant caravans coming up from Latin America. Do you think that every single one of those people are coming up here to find a better way of life, to find better jobs, to provide for their family? I'm not saying that most of them aren't, but you know, mixed in there are people who are coming in here to exploit people. People are coming in here because they're running from the law in their countries, or their countries are just letting them out of prison. Be like, hey, go to America. They'll take you. They'll give you debit cards. They'll give you cell phones. They'll give you free housing. They'll give you free food. We'll see what happens in a couple months. He's going to hit the ground running. He's got his people in place. We'll see how it goes. So he wants to make it safer for us. So it's a lot, I mean, it's going to be a lot safer than it is now, that's for sure. Anyways, if you think that people who talk about Laken Riley's murder case are just doing it for likes, or just doing it for clout, or just doing it for views, you can go fuck yourself. Because, you know, we actually care about people. We actually want to be safe. We care about our kids. We care about our families. We care about our nephews and nieces and all those younger people who seem to be attacked a lot because of this. So, you know, if that's what you want to think, go ahead. But I would probably take a good look at your thought process and make some changes.